Hey Sneak Peekers!
I'm Melody.
And I'm Sydney.
South by Southwest was lots of fun.
And what's even cooler, one of our very own professors, Arturo Jimenez, premiered a short film there.
We'll start the night with an interview on his film, Sangre Violenta, Sangre Violeta.
Next, we'll air My Carpet with Nick Kroll, Andrew Reynolds, and the cast and crew of I Don't Understand You.
Finally, we'll end the night talking franchises.
We'll hear Sneak Peekers' thoughts on Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and the Jurassic Park franchise.
Stick around, Sneak Peekers. This is an episode you won't want to miss. Before we get into the news desk, I'd like to start with a very special announcement. Today is the birthday of my wonderful co-host, Sydney. Happy 22nd birthday.
Thank you so much, Melody. It's an honor to host for the Sydney Trailer birthday special episode.
Is that what we're calling it now?
It is now. For the first order of business in my birthday special, let's talk Timothée Chalamet.
Variety announced earlier this afternoon that Timothée Chalamet has signed a multi-year film contract with Warner Brothers to star in and produce upcoming projects.
Chalamet's last two features, Wonka and Dune Part 2, both produced by Warner Brothers, have each grossed over $500 million at the global box office.
According to Warner, Chalamet has become the first actor in over 40 years to lead the top two domestic films at the box office, released within 8 months. The contract won't attach Chalamet exclusively to Warner, but it will give the studio first bid on any potential projects from the star.
Speaking of Dune Part 2 stars, HBO has finally released a statement on the status of the third season of Euphoria, starring and produced by Zendaya.
In a statement given to The Wrap, a spokesperson confirmed that HBO does have plans to produce a third season of the series with creator Sam Levinson, but they are currently encouraging cast members to pursue other work in the interim.
According to insiders, the show is currently undergoing extensive story changes, with Sam Levinson allegedly moving the series out of its high school setting in favor of the adult world.
Insiders as well as online speculators believe the changes are a result of wanting to tone down the risque themes of the show, such as sex and drug abuse.
Finally, Bloomberg reported that the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, plans to meet with several Hollywood executives, directors, and actors later this week to discuss implementing AI in their work. The company plans to present their generative video software, Sora, to creatives in the industry. Although the software is not currently available to the public, OpenAI has offered access to the software to various directors and actors.
One notable example is Tyler Perry, who halted plans for an $800 million studio expansion after using Sora. Perry has stated that he has plans to implement AI video into his future projects.
However, many other creatives are far more apprehensive towards AI. And a large aspect of both the WGA and SAG strikes last year focused on protecting artists and labor from AI generation.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep you updated after the talks occur later this week, but for now, we'll take a look at George's conversation with UT professor Arturo Jimenez about the premiere of his short film, Sangre Violenta, Sangre Violeta at South by Southwest.
Take it away, George.
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm George Cantu, and today we're here to interview Professor Arturo Jimenez of the Radio Television Film Department at the University of Texas at Austin, talking about his world premiere at South by Southwest for the film Sangre Violenta, Sangre Violeta.
In 2022, there was a big document leak, like a group of hackers hacked into the Mexican government and a lot of other South American and Latin American countries, and they discovered a lot of different things. And one of the things that kind of got lost in the shuffle was that the Mexican government had made a list of the biggest threats to the nation. And at number 2, above most of the drug cartels, was the feminist movement as a whole. So I definitely put that in my back pocket, and I was like, I want to explore this. I don't know how, but this is really interesting. On the other hand, something really weird happened, which is not the typical case, which is Latino Public Broadcasting said we are awarding basically an award for them to produce a short film. And with that award, we're not only going to give you money to make the film, but we're going to offer you a platform on our website and potentially on PBS. So I kind of combined those two ideas. I was like, I want to make something that uses that platform, that international platform that a lot of people get a chance to watch. So I want to make something of substance and something that's important to me. Not something that I want to maybe experiment with, but something that makes a big statement, that creates a space of dialogue and conversation. For us, having the opportunity to have a film They gave us the money to make the film and to actually put it on their website and for them to promote it and potentially be on PBS shouldn't be the end of it. We wanted more out of it, especially because we felt so passionate about the story and the participants. So we pushed back and we said, we want to make sure that people around the world watch this film. So we want to get the rights to distribute the film in festivals. We get to decide who we send it out to, who gets to watch it in the festival world. So it was very important for us to start these little pods of conversations around the world, because that's the other thing. Like, I feel like in Mexico, people will start paying attention once outside of Mexico kind of notices what's happening. It's kind of putting them in the spotlight. So I think it's important to see these topics and to talk about these things that are happening, not only as othering the experience and saying like, poor women over there, look what they are going through, because this is happening everywhere. And it's women, but it's also, you know, fathers and brothers and siblings and children, like everyone is being affected. We want to make sure that it starts local in Mexico, that conversation is very strong there, but that people in different parts of the world that get a chance to see it have their own conversation, hopefully, about what's happening in their household, next door, in their country, in their neighborhood. I think this is a great time for people, for representation. But I think this is just a very small first step. We are not limited to having specific film festivals representing a specific background, let's say the Latino background, the Latino experience solely. We want to be integrated in a bigger conversation. Make sure that the Latinos that are coming in, the indigenous filmmakers that are coming in, the people of color, the female filmmakers, the minorities that didn't have an opportunity to tell their stories before, tell them, but not only the stories that we expect them to tell. You're a Latino, so you tell this specific type of story. Tell anything. Like, everybody's so different and so wild in their ideas and their experiences. I want to make sure that before I, retire or shuffle off this mortal coil, that all of the representation, it means also like all these different weird perspectives and unique perspectives. And we're not watching something expecting something to happen because of someone's cultural or historical or racial background. I think that to me has been one of my biggest conversations that I have with myself since I became a professional. I was like, how do you balance making cool, fun, weird stuff that's maybe for yourself or your friends with, we have a big responsibility as artists and as filmmakers and storytellers to put something out there that's going to impact the world in a very positive way. I know that I'm a better person because of the movies that I watch, the books that I read, the articles that I read every day. So how can I contribute to that conversation? So it's a tricky balance. I feel like teaching has definitely pushed me. Being here at UT has pushed me to make things that feel like they're having an impact. Hi, my name is Arturo Jimenez, and I'm a filmmaker, and I get the opportunity to teach the best film students here at UT.
Wow, qué bella intervista, non credi, Sydney?
Whoa, what in the Sydney Trailer birthday special are you saying to me right now?
Successivamente, Sydney è qui con un tappeto da South by Southwest.
What? South by Southwest? I don't understand you.
That's right, Sydney. We have your carpet here on I Don't Understand You, the road trip movie set in Italy.
Why didn't you say so?
I was trying to. Roll the clip.
Hey sneak peekers, it's Sydney at the red carpet of I Don't Understand You at South by Southwest.
On our 10th anniversary, we got stuck in a ditch in Italy and freaked ourselves out thinking that we were going to be killed. And at the same time, we were about to adopt a child and were freaked out and thought that was going to kill us. So those things kind of came together and we started to write the movie.
I mean, the script is so fantastic, and I loved getting to know David Craig and Brad Rano, who wrote and directed the film together, and I just felt like it was going to be exciting. And they came to Nick and I at the same time, and we have been friends for a long time. Before Big Mouth, even we knew each other, and we were friends, and I just thought, how fun would that be to get to go to Italy with Nick?
Oh, it's so fun! It's the idea of being able to kind of be able to bend genre like this and play a lot of different levels is to me always like super gratifying, because you're getting to hit jokes and also do all these other kinds of things of like some stunts and some thriller stuff, and like to me my goal, my hope is that I get to keep doing different kinds of things, and I like to, I think as an actor, a writer, performer, producer, the goal for me is always to do something I haven't really done before, and so this particular film allowed me to do that. I think like especially as if you're in college or you're trying to figure out like how you want to do the things you do. To me, the goal is to always do something new and keep exploring and take some chances and try different things. That way, whatever you're doing feels new and exciting, and it never gets old.
I mean, I also had to speak Italian, which I don't, and it turns out it's not like you can't just kind of be like, you actually like it's you have these double consonants. It's very tricky. I don't know if you speak Italian, but it is like very hard.
Everything was very new to me. I had a different Italian accent. I had to kind of not be able to speak English, and that was not very easy. And also, I had some stunt scenes and some new things. I had to scream, and it's a first time for me. So everything was very new and very funny and very challenging, but also inspiring. I know that I can do this now.
I mean, I was terrified because I had never worked on anything like that before. So I was like, what's it gonna, is the prep gonna be different? And I guess it was a little bit, because it involved like stunts and stuff. Like, I don't generally there weren't a lot of stunts on girls, you know what I mean? We didn't do a lot of stuff like that. So it was a little different, but he was also, Nick Pearl was also in the same boat with me, having never quite done something like that. So we just kind of fumbled through it together.
We're still talking.
We are still together. We always say that we work, travel, and parent the best together, and so we got to do that in this experience. We got to work, travel, and parent at the same time.
It's really great to work with someone you trust so much with your whole entire life, because no challenge of the job can surmount 15 years of being together. So it's like, just to be able to look at the other person and be like, can you do this part? Like, it's really helpful.
Hook 'em horns. I mean, I feel like really, if you can get McConaughey, like that's the real one. And he probably is already doing it for you. But if you can't get McConaughey, take me.
Thank you so much.
Hook 'em horns.
Congratulations.
Oh, wait, I didn't hook 'em. I didn't bend. I can't really bend this. This pinky doesn't bend well, so it's more devil.
Perfect.
Thanks, Sydney.
You're so welcome.
Next up, Gavin's here to talk Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Wait, didn't he hate Afterlife?
He did. Let's see if Frozen Empire resurrected Ghostbusters for Gavin.
Or if this movie series should be left dead in the water.
Hey sneak peekers! Last week I had the opportunity to check out the newest entry in the Ghostbusters franchise, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The film picks up where the 2021 legacy sequel Ghostbusters Afterlife left off. Taking place 3 years after the events of Afterlife, Frozen Empire opens up with the Spangler family, including new stepdad Gary, played by Paul Rudd, setting up shop as the new generation of Ghostbusters right in the original firehouse in New York, bankrolled by Ghostbuster Winston Zeddemore, who's played by Ernie Hudson. However, after the Ghostbusters cause significant property damage while chasing the Hell's Kitchen sewer dragon, yes, that's the actual name, the mayor of New York City vows to disband the team and forces them to bench 15-year-old Phoebe, played by McKenna Grace, who he believes is too young to bust ghosts. Meanwhile, Ray Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, comes into the possession of a mysterious orb at his haunted curio shop, which turns out to be an ancient brass prison holding a powerful spirit named Garaka. After consulting with the librarian, played by Patton Oswalt, Phoebe, Ray, and Ray's intern, Podcast, another real name, learn that if Garaka's unleashed, he'll turn the entire city into a frozen wasteland. Hence the whole Frozen Empire thing. If you couldn't already tell, there is a lot going on in this movie. Seriously, there's at least 20 different named characters in this film, and like 11 of them wear a Ghostbusters uniform. While it's nice in theory to see characters from both the original Ghostbusters and Afterlife return, in addition to adding new ones, The end result feels like a bit of a crowded mess. The movie just doesn't have enough time to work with its cast, leading to relationships between characters feeling much flatter than in the previous films. The dialogue can get pretty corny at times, and it felt like McKenna Grace, and to a lesser extent Paul Rudd, Dan Aykroyd, and Kumail Nanjiani, were the only ones that managed to stand out to me from the massive ensemble. To Frozen Empire's credit, I did think this film was a huge improvement from Afterlife in a number of ways. For one, this film significantly tones down the amount of dramatic reverence held for the original film, which I always thought seemed weirdly out of place. Yes, there are still several eye-roll-worthy callbacks to the original, but at least this one avoids using a CGI recreation of the deceased Harold Ramis as Egon Spangler. Unfortunately, fun moments like a surprisingly good-looking Slimer, McKenna Grace meeting a young ghost girl, and the villain attacking a vape shop because he's looking for the Fire Master ultimately end up drowning in a complicated, crowded film. In conclusion, Busting makes me feel kind of mediocre. I was happy to report that I enjoyed it more than Afterlife, a movie that I really hated. But I still found myself frustrated with just how convoluted the whole thing felt. If you had a different opinion, let us know what you think, and share your thoughts on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire at Sneak Peek TSTV.
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Brandon, and I'm here with
Nolan,
Gavin,
George.
And today we're here with a brand new segment, Franchise Doctor. And so for today's segment, we will be franchise doctoring the Jurassic World franchise, because Jurassic World is in bad shape.
It's struggling. And
It's
it needs our
struggling.
help.
It's critical. The heart rate monitor, those beeps are pretty sporadic.
We're gonna try and resuscitate.
Yeah, we're here to
but-
resuscitate it. So, to get started off, let's all just discuss where we think Jurassic Park has gone wrong as a franchise.
That is a great question, and I feel like to me the answer is at the point that they stopped making it about dinosaurs being scary on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like, I feel like the franchise got to a point where they ran out of dinosaurs to use, it felt like, so they just kind of had to start making new ones up. And I don't know, but for whatever reason, that just felt a lot less interesting and scary.
Yeah, okay, so no more dinosaurs.
no more like original dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
No more original dinosaurs.
No more OG dinos slash
no,
What, not-
Indoraptor.
Not OG, but like.
Yeah,
Slash-
OG has a little bit of a different
OG isn't like they made them, like Indoraptor and
No more
Indominus
artifacts.
Rex.
Okay,
artificial
slash-
dinosaurs.
Yes.
No
They're
more
all-
GMO
No more GMO dinosaurs.
Dinos aren't scary. Okay. Okay.
I would
Nolan.
I would say for me, it got to be a problem when the stakes kept getting higher. I think being on the island, having sort of, I guess, a limit to how bad it can get meant something.
Yeah.
And as it keeps getting bigger and bigger, it feeds less into the horror aspect, because it's such a big thing if it's like you're going to die or the whole world is going to die. It switches from being a good horror to an action or something like that. And obviously Jurassic Park isn't fully just action or fully just horror, but I think it's a main reason why Spielberg's was so good.
Okay.
And then, never really seen any of them. The extent to which I'm familiar with Jurassic Park is the roller coaster at Universal Studios.
So true.
So with that being said, I really feel like do a better job at wanting me to go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Promotional. My whole thing is
Okay.
like, why is Timothée Chalamet not leading these movies?
Okay.
Well, I feel like you make a good point with like the tie-ins are important. A
Yeah.
big part of the Jurassic Park is like, when you go to the arcade, like a movie theater or something, and you see the Jurassic Park cabinet.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, I
those-
know what you're
those
talking
Gunner
about.
cabinets?
Yes,
Like-
yes.
Oh, yeah.
We can't.
Oh, yeah.
We need to be thinking about.
We can't lose the
the
branding.
tie-ins. Yeah, we need to be thinking about the tie-ins. Okay, so what pitches do we have? So it seems like our main issues are the dinos aren't scary, and the stakes are too high, and it's too actiony. So how can we really get back to some scary dinos?
Okay, so
Or maybe we want to go in a different direction.
I don't know who wants to go first. I've got my pitch, but
Yeah.
My pitch, it's weird because I was told to come on here. I had an idea for a while now.
Yeah.
And Universal was looking at it, but eventually they didn't go with it. My idea was prequel movies.
Okay.
Okay.
We start with them trying to make their first dinosaur. And in the process, a failure of theirs gets released into a small university research center of some sort. Not only do they have to capture it, they have to make sure it doesn't escape, and they have to protect an egg that has the best dinosaur in it, the one they think will be the future.
Interesting.
I like this. I like where that's going.
I like that we can use de-aging technology.
Yes. Yes.
On the original cast.
The de-aging
'Cause
technologies.
I feel like a de-aging technology just adds so much to a franchise sequel, franchise prequel.
But are
so
there any
that's-
dead people we can bring back?
Yeah.
John Hammond.
Yes.
So
that feels.
I don't know. I mean, like literally the character of John Hammond. I think that he needs to be brought back.
Okay. Maybe we could have a younger actor playing him. Maybe we don't shamble a CGI puppet of him on.
Don't do that.
That would be
franchise.
soulless.
Don't do that, franchises.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and give my pitch. Which is really based on a piece of information that came out today, which is that as of right now, the next Jurassic Park movie that is in production is looking at Scarlett Johansson to lead.
Okay.
So I went kind of on that route of thinking.
Okay.
Here's my thought. Okay, too many times we've brought back characters from the originals and they're just not landing. I think we need to really focus on a character that's had a lot of time to grow and change. And so I think that the star of the next Jurassic Park movie should be Lex Murphy, the granddaughter of John Hammond. And I think Scarlett Johansson's going to play her, so she's going to be set. Movie's going to be set around realistically whatever age would correlate to how old Scarlett Johansson is, because she's kind of the core of this movie.
I think you're afraid to say age.
I don't know how old Scarlett Johansson is, and I don't know how old Lex Murphy is.
No.
So do the math there, and we'll decide.
Is she like a
when.
character from like the books?
She is in the books. She's the granddaughter.
Okay.
She's the little girl, but she's a hacker, and that's an important thought of the movie. What she's going to do is she's going to go with a Black Ops team to hack her way into a new Isla Nublar facility that's being made to create more dinosaurs. I'm gonna say this is gonna be like a reverse heist movie. They're trying to break in and steal.
See, when you say hacker, I'm picturing dinosaurs in VR.
We could go that route.
Yeah, I mean that's just what pops to my mind as a longtime franchise doctor. You know, these are the kind of things the execs are really looking for.
Jurassic Tron.
Yeah, Jurassic Tron. Okay, I like these ideas. Now, how can we pick these ideas and put them all into one perfect sequel?
Time travel.
I feel like George as our objective voice is the one to make the final call here, to send us home.
Also, when I heard Scarlett Johansson, I immediately thought Scarlett Johansson as a dinosaur-human hybrid.
It could be that.
Because with the cloning angle they introduced in the recent movies, I was like, we need to explore this more. I'm like, I don't know. I need to see a Velociraptor person on the big screen.
Wait, so we have like reverse heist?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, reverse heist. They're breaking into the new facility.
And they're gonna steal. They're trying to make dinosaurs again. We're gonna stop it. That's the idea.
Yeah, they're making dinosaur hybrids based off of the original dinosaurs from before the park started.
And then we have prequel.
Yeah. Awesome.
Kind of like the prequel idea. Let's go with that.
I hope you all enjoyed. Here's our finished whiteboard. And if you enjoyed this episode of Sneak Peek, follow us on social media and all that good stuff. And we will see you all next week, same time.
All right. Bye.